You're losing muscle right now, and if you're over 50, it's happening faster than you think. It feels like no matter what you do, your strength is slowly slipping away. Add a tight grocery budget to the mix, and fighting back can feel impossible. But here's the good news. You don't have to rely purely on expensive protein powders to protect your body. There is a forgotten, dirt-cheap vegetable hiding in plain sight at your local market that acts as a secret weapon for aging muscles. Your grandparents likely ate it all the time, but today, almost no one knows what it actually does. Stick around because this pennies-on-the-dollar veggie is about to become your new best friend. Before we begin, tell us in the comments your current age and which vegetable you hated eating the most as a child. We read every response to help guide our future videos and provide personalized tips. Now let us go back in time to fix your health, starting with number 4. Number 4, the plant steroid, mustard greens. In the 1930s, Southern families survived harsh winters by boiling massive pots of sharp peppery leaves. These greens were considered poor man food, but they were silently injecting those hard-working bodies with powerful growth signals. Your grandparents likely ate these robust plants purely out of necessity to fill their empty stomachs before a long shift. Today, we understand that this was not just about survival calories. The true biological magic of the mustard plant lies in a unique class of compounds called steroids. These compounds act as the plant kingdom version of anabolic hormones, which protect the plant from environmental stress. Seniors naturally produce less testosterone and human growth hormone as they age. This hormonal drop shifts your body into a catabolic state, which means your system actively breaks down your own muscle tissue for energy. You lose your strength simply because your body lacks the chemical messengers required to maintain it. But mustard greens contain a highly specific compound called relied, which changes this entire process without dangerous medical interventions. Researchers at Rutgers University discovered that oral ingestion of this compound triggers direct protein synthesis in human muscle cells. They published their groundbreaking findings in the FACEB journal in 2011. The researchers proved that relied simultaneously inhibits the ubiquitin proteasome system, which is the exact cellular machinery that shreds your muscle tissue as you get older. This means eating these cheap greens provides a massive non-hormonal anabolic signal to your body. You can retain lean mass and build real strength without the severe risks associated with synthetic hormone replacement therapy. This is huge because you are getting the cellular benefits of a plant steroid for about $1.50 a bunch. Your muscles respond to this vegetable by locking in the protein you consume and using it to rebuild damaged tissue. To use this food effectively, you must consume it correctly so you do not destroy the active compounds. Start by steaming 1 packed cup of fresh mustard greens for exactly 4 minutes. Steaming is superior to boiling because it preserves the delicate plant hormones inside the cellular walls. Eat this serving 3 times a week alongside a lean protein source like chicken or fish. You will begin to notice less fatigue and more stability in your limbs within a month. But that is nothing compared to the structural support you will get from number 3. Before we continue, smash that like button and subscribe right now. Don't miss the life-changing tips still ahead. Number 3. The Matrix Anchor, tart rhubarb stalks. Centuries ago, families planted rhubarb in their backyard gardens because it grew like a weed in the harshest conditions imaginable. People stewed the thick celery like stalks just to have something to eat when food was scarce during the colder months. We now know that this intensely tart vegetable was silently fortifying their skeletons and setting the stage for massive muscle retention. The medical reality is that muscle fibers do not exist in isolation within your body. Your muscle tissue must anchor tightly to your bones to generate force and maintain your daily balance. As bone density drops in seniors, the muscle tissue surrounding that bone begins to atrophy rapidly because it loses its structural foundation. This biological rule is called bone-muscle crosstalk, and it is the hidden reason many seniors become frail despite eating enough food. Rhubarb stalks are one of the most concentrated and bioavailable sources of vitamin K1 on the planet. Researchers at the Tufts University Human Nutrition Research Center on Aging studied this exact mechanism to understand how bones dictate muscle health. Their 2012 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that massive vitamin K loads activate a specific protein called osteocalcin. Osteocalcin physically binds circulating calcium directly into the bone matrix, which creates a foundation of iron for your muscles to grip. When your bones are dense, your muscles receive the biological signal that it is safe to grow. But here is where it gets interesting for your daily digestion. The extreme tartness of rhubarb acts as a powerful bitter tonic for your stomach. As you cross the age of 60, your stomach naturally produces significantly less hydrochloric acid. This lack of acid means you cannot break down the expensive meats and proteins you eat during dinner. The complex anthraquinones in rhubarb stalks aggressively stimulate your stomach to produce more acid before you even take a bite of your main course. This ensures your body can actually extract the vital amino acids needed to maintain your physical strength. Start by chopping 2 medium rhubarb stalks and simmering them in a quarter cup of water for 10 minutes until they are soft. Do not ruin this medicinal food by adding massive amounts of refined sugar like you would for a pie. Sweeten it slightly with pure stevia or a small handful of dark berries to cut the extreme tartness. Eat this tart mixture twice a week before your largest meal to prime your digestion and anchor your muscles. Now get ready, because this next vegetable is even more powerful for your cellular energy. Number 2, the exercise mimetic, bitter melon. The longest living elders in Okinawa, Japan, have relied on a bumpy green vegetable called bitter melon for generations to maintain their legendary vitality. They ate this intensely bitter gourd daily to survive long, humid days of demanding physical labor in their fields. The biological mechanism behind their physical resilience is tied directly to the exact bitter flavor most modern people actively avoid. Seniors often face severe joint pain or mobility issues that prevent them from lifting heavy weights to trigger new muscle growth. Bitter melon provides a scientific workaround for this problem by acting as a profound metabolic reset for older adults. This strange-looking vegetable contains highly active compounds that aggressively turn on an enzyme called AMP, activated protein kinase, which is the primary energy-sensing switch in your body. When this enzyme turns on, it chemically mimics the exact cellular effects of intense cardiovascular exercise without you having to move a muscle. Researchers at the Garvan Institute of Medical Research highlighted how activating this pathway forces your body to clear out dysfunctional mitochondria. This deep cellular cleanup process is called mitophagy, and it is absolutely critical for aging bodies. When your muscle fibers force out old dead mitochondria, they are forced to build fresh power plants that burn energy efficiently. This completely improves the oxidative capacity of your muscles and reverses age-related fatigue even when you are just sitting in a chair. You are essentially getting the cellular benefits of a strenuous workout served directly in a bowl for less than $2. This is a massive breakthrough for older adults who face physical limitations but desperately need to preserve their lean mass to stay independent. The bitter compounds act as a chemical trigger that tells your muscles to stay young and functional. To harness this exercise mimetic, you must embrace the bitter flavor instead of trying to completely hide it. Purchase a fresh bitter melon from an international market and slice it directly down the middle to remove the seeds. Slice the green flesh thinly and soak it in lightly salted water for exactly 20 minutes to draw out the extreme astringency. Sauté half a cup of these green slices with a small amount of olive oil and fresh garlic until they soften. Eat this powerful vegetable 2 to 3 times a week alongside your evening meal. Your muscles will begin to feel lighter and far more responsive within 14 days of consistent consumption. But the final vegetable on our list delivers the fastest physical transformation of all by fixing your internal circulation. Number 1, the nitric oxide pump, raw red beetroot. For hundreds of years, farming families survived brutal winters by storing dirt-covered root vegetables in cold, damp underground cellars. They ate raw and roasted beets to sustain their energy levels without realizing they were consuming the ultimate vascular medicine. Today, we know that the humble red beet is the most powerful cheap vegetable you can buy to preserve your fast-twitch muscle fibers. The medical truth is that the absolute first muscle fibers to die off in seniors are the type 2 fibers. These fast-twitch fibers are solely responsible for your explosive power, and they are the exact fibers that prevent you from falling. They atrophy incredibly fast because your aging capillaries become stiff and can no longer deliver enough oxygen to the deep muscle tissue. You can eat all the perfect protein in the world, but it is completely useless if your internal circulation is compromised. Raw red beetroot completely solves this dangerous vascular bottleneck because it contains massive concentrations of naturally occurring dietary nitrates. Your body absorbs these specific nitrates and converts them directly into a gas called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a powerful vasodilator which physically expands your blood vessels and forces a massive rush of nutrient-rich blood back into your dying muscle fibers. Researchers at the Washington University School of Medicine tested this exact vascular response to see if it could help older adults. Their 2015 study, published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise, proved that dietary nitrate supplementation improves contractile function in human skeletal muscle. The older adults in the study showed significantly increased explosive muscle power within just hours of consuming the raw nitrates. This means beets provide an immediate physical improvement that you can actually feel when walking up steep stairs or carrying heavy groceries. Your muscles suddenly have the oxygen and amino acids they need to perform on demand. To get this massive nitric oxide pump, you must absolutely avoid boiling the beets, which completely destroys the active water-soluble compounds. Peel one small raw beet and grate it directly over your daily lunch salad for a massive crunch. You can also run it through a cold press juicer with one green apple and drink it 30 minutes before a morning walk. Consume this raw root 3 times a week to keep your blood vessels wide open and your muscles fully fueled. You do not have to accept physical decline and daily frailty as a normal part of getting older. Your body is an incredibly adaptable machine that responds rapidly when you provide it with the correct biological signals. Many people falsely believe that expensive protein powders are the only way to stay strong. But these forgotten budget vegetables deliver powerful plant steroids and metabolic triggers that synthetic powders simply cannot match. When you fix your digestion and physically open your blood vessels, your muscles will naturally hold onto their youthful strength. The science proves that you have the power to rebuild your physical resilience for just a few dollars a week at your local grocery store. It all comes down to choosing foods that work with your aging biology instead of fighting against it. Start by picking just one of these powerful vegetables tomorrow and consistently adding it to your weekly routine. Tell us in the comments which of these 4 vegetables you're going to buy first and how you plan to prepare it in your own kitchen. We are always reading your responses and building our community of healthy, empowered seniors. Stay consistent with your daily nutrition and keep moving your body every single day. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.